Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice. Come take a look. There will definitely be something that
Hmm.
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice. Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom. Error. Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
Well, everything is falling over. Everything is going wrong. We started stream 40 minutes late, but it's the first time we streamed in like a week. Except for Tyler's stream. Alright.
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper,
We'll never know what happens. Let's... How much resins do I have before we jump into the story? Give me all my fragilas. I have 2. And I can make a 3rd. And I think I will. Let's try and get some artifacts for Nova. I'd really like to not run this domain 8 times and get exactly 1 mirror show. I'm just gonna call it Hunter. And get exactly 1 Hunter artifact. I'd really like to not run it 8 times and have that happen. Because that sucks and is terrible. Apparently, I had someone follow me 9 hours ago. So if you happen to be here, thank you for the follow. Oh, it's when I get the shout out from Yotte. A shout out from Yotte. From Yotte. I don't know why I'm Italian now.
keep up.
Boing, boing, boing. Alright, we're gonna run this a few times. Hopefully get something useful.
Right now, emerge.
And shroud. One
Eh.
thing after another. I'll uproot you.
All right, that was really slow.
Hey! Make yourselves at home! Right here. Right now. Nothing lasts forever.
Pew, 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 pew. I did 3.
Emerge.
I disagree. Also, is this the right domain?
Right now. Emerge.
I don't think it is.
Can't see.
I don't think it is.
Commit it to memory. Right here. Emerge. Right here.
I need to check now. Am I in the right domain? What do you drop? Yeah, okay. What was I doing before then? Oh, that's the weapon material domain that I was doing before. And it had the... some robots and some fatous. I still don't like that. No, no. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It does it on purpose. I swear to Christ. I'm gonna get so much golden troop, but I want the other one. Marrow fucking whatever.
I see everything. Emerge. Right here. Show them.
And shroud. So, I'll uproot you.
This may turn a little. The Temple of Wisdom. I'm always watching. Right now. Right here. Emerge.
Can't see. Ah, I'll bury you.
No, do Q,
Let's
you
nip that in the
bimbo. I swear to Christ, I hate this motherfucker. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why? Ugh.
Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home. Right now.
Fucking machine gun. What? Oh, it's neither's. That was like placed perfectly. Okay. Oh my god. With defense No, I'm not gonna accept that. Not for my boy. My boy! I refuse.
I see everything. Emerge. Right now.
I hear everything.
I don't actually think I fired that.
So,
I didn't, yeah.
Hey! Nothing lasts forever. Come on out. Emerge. Right here. The Temple of Wisdom.
and shroud. Yeah. Let's nip that in the bud.
I see everything. Right now. Right here.
What the? Oh, and shroud. I'll uproot you.
That was a lot better. What is with the double defense on every single one that's dropping? Come the fuck on! They're so mean. Ah. Alright, well.
Our bond is strong.
Suppose we might as well continue with the story then. No. No. We'll figure out where to teleport in eventually. Eventually.
This way.
It is kind of dopey that we're allowed to run around with our visions and stuff. Phone noise? Uh-oh. I might have to check this for a sec. All good. Okay. I am. Oh, okay. You're the person I gotta speak to.
Oh, you must be the traveler, huh? Sorry, mate, but competitors as strong as you are prohibited from participating. I don't make the rules, mind you, but I was given very specific instructions. Even convicts value their lives, don't they? I hope you can understand.
Well,
But we have a game here that'll let you show off your strength, and you'll even earn some credit coupons in the process. What do you think? Interested?
And if we lose the game, will it cost us credit coupons?
Of course. That's the cruel reality facing every competitor in a place like the Pancration Ring. Okay, great. Let me walk you through the targets in front of you will pop up one after another. You'll need to hit the targets in the same order that they popped up. If you can complete a few rounds in a the second you mess up the order, you'll lose. The game costs 300 credit coupons to have it go. Thanks for your patronage, mate.
mate. Well, this sucks. I wanted to fight people.
Okay, do your best to hit the targets, just like Colin said.
This is lame. Yeah, that was lame.
Your strength really shouldn't be underestimated. Now I get why you're prohibited from participating in any official fight. Nobody who values their life would be willing to get in the ring with you. However, you two haven't tried betting on the outcome of it. Just go talk to Rusimov. Buy a ticket for whichever fighter you think will win.
But we don't know anything about them.
That's normal. Just watch a few matches and get a feel for the fighters.
He's got a point. Why don't we give it a try? If we have enough coop...
Bet at random, huh? Well, how should I put it?
Huh? We shouldn't get too carried away. What's the problem?
What? I never even picked a boxer before, and you already know about the rules? You're not just strong fighters. Seems you're pretty perceptive. Might as well tell you about it, since you already know that much. Plus, Besides, I don't want to risk ever losing... Okay. The hidden rule here is... something bad will happen the next morning.
So the rule is that we shouldn't pick both boxers in the same fight. But if anyone actually... And... what do you mean?
How would I know? Not like... But I've heard a story about... According to the rumor, there was a masked boxer who possessed incredible skill and power. None of his opponents even stood a chance against him. However, in the final match, the organizers told him to take off his mask. He refused, and after that, he was never seen again. Some say he died, or that he was, in his eyes, supporting both boxers in a match would
So you mean it's like a curse? He'll take vengeance?
No, he was always wearing a mask, like he was intentional.
Traveler, do you think that boxer was... Huh? Wait,
You're not serious. Look, here I was just trying to be nice.
yeah, it sounds pretty scary to Paimon.
Have you, like, not caught on to what we're doing, Paimon?
Seems you've...
Betting on both fighters will set you back about 3,000 credit coupons. If you have enough...
Like, are you... Paimon, like, you remember why we're here, right?
Seems we had a productive day. Maybe we can make some progress in... What do you have planned for us?
I don't want to skip.
After working here, but doing the same thing all the time can get old. Yeah, it's...
Game really out here saying that even we don't want you to get bored of the fucking shitty...
Whoa! Isn't this the super lucky meal? Look, Hyman's gonna take her time and savor. What would you like to do this afternoon? Knowing Child, he must have been there all...
Surely Child would have also been someone who's banned from the Pancration Ring.
Are you two here to buy tickets?
Who are the boxers in the next...
We have the reigning champ, Le Grappler, versus a contender from the Eastern Prison Block, Demon.
Are those their nicknames, or did they choose those names themselves?
Since you're new around here, I'll help you out and give you a little suggestion. Even though Le Grappler is the crowd... Anyway, for this match, I recommend that you pick... Huh? For both? I can tell you're new to this, but I didn't think you were complete. Maybe you don't quite understand the rules, no?
Oh, no need. We're aware that we're going to...
All right then, if you're absolutely sure.
Yeah, we got it. Just shut up and take our coupons.
Paimon! Firstly, that was very rude. But secondly, you can't just go spouting internet memes like that.
Looks like we won't get a chance to sleep in as long as we're here.
Jesus fuck, Paimon.
Hey, traveler. Paimon. Package here for you.
Oh, sorry, I just want to fix something real quick. Paimon a Menace deserves to be locked up. Well, we are in prison, so... I want to change the stream title, though. Because, like, I tried to just type the word bitches, but Twitch was like, no. So I tried to type it with, like, one asterisk and type in place of I, and it was still like, no. And I feel like having an alluded swear probably just isn't good for, you know, like, stream visibility. Ugh. So I'm trying to think of another title. Here, I'll continue.
The next time you buy something, go pick it up yourself. I'm not a delivery man, you know.
Huh? A package? For us? Did you buy something, traveler? Paimon's not quite awake yet, so why don't you go take a look?
We're in prison. Like, we didn't...
Oh, right! Yesterday we broke the hidden rule and bought tickets for both boxers. Oh, maybe this package is the bad thing that Colin said would happen.
Should go with something like, what a female dog. No, that's not funny. Sorry. There we go.
Paimon suddenly feels wide awake. Wait, maybe let Paimon go hide somewhere first. Just call Paimon. Hey, wait! Paimon's still here! Don't open it! Ah!
Oh my fucking god.
Huh? What is it? Are you okay? Let Paimon take a peek too. Oh, it's just a small bottle. But the color of the liquid inside looks so wrong. Almost like... Alright, that's enough of that. No need to say it out loud. Paimon already knows what you're trying to say. Ugh! No way! Get that stuff away from Paimon! Paimon thinks we shouldn't open the bottle until we figured out what's going on. Just trust Paimon on this one, okay?
Interesting.
What do you have planned for us?
No, I don't want to do... Alright.
Oh, it feels nice to slack off a little. Less work me.
Alright. I suppose, it was inevitable.
Keep up.
How are you, Blue? I'll go here first, then. Tired and sore. Yeah. I'm, the first one. Tired. What do you want, bitch?
Send it all out. Maybe I'll never get a chance to leave.
Who are you? We've never seen you before, and you don't look like a fellow convict.
I'm not. Of course I'm not. Please,
Don't mistake me for a criminal. I'm a good, law-abiding citizen.
So why are you here in a prison?
Then what are you doing here? You sure seem anxious about something.
I'm a promoter for Fontico, and I'm usually responsible for promoting our drink products.
Okay.
I thought I could complete my task here quickly and return to
Blech.
headquarters, but I've been here way longer than I anticipated.
Oh, a promoter from Fontico? So what kind of problem did you run into?
I'm so upset. It's all because of that Duke. After discussing the company's promotional plans with him, he told me outright that my project was worthless. However, in light of our long history of successful collaboration, I still tried to patiently explain the details. However, to my surprise, he just cut me off while I was speaking.
No, I drank water.
And recall
Though-
his exact words.
I do have a can.
I'm just gonna stop you there and say no. If anything, I'm
Can ASMR?
It seems you don't fully understand the value of credit coupons here, nor do you understand the value of your own products. The former is because you are from the overworld. That's understandable, and I don't blame you for that. But as for the latter, only someone monumentally stupid, so breathtakingly stupid, that they were completely ignorant of the value of credit coupons, despite living in the underworld, would ever possibly consider buying your drink. Let's just forget it.
Anyway, that's how he rejected my proposal and asked me to come up with another solution with the condition that it doesn't cause any trouble for him. Can you believe that guy?
Yes.
Well, he is the head honcho here. Not much you can do about that. We met him too and could tell that he's the kind of guy that's hard to pin down.
Fine, fine. I know, I should just let it go. I'm on his turf after all. His house, his rules.
Okay. These clues seem so random and disjointed, even more so than like your typical like Danganronpa murder mystery clues. But I'm assuming the red fucking bottle of blood we got might not be blood. If there's a fucking Coca-Cola representative here. I refuse to call it anything else, by the way. Is it really just that short distance? Wow, I can't climb this wall. Okay. Does Genshin just bring Danganronpa out? It's this specific
Crazy Bulls
expansion.
really did it. You bought tickets to support both fighters, didn't ya? Well, did anything happen?
Well, the next day we received a mysterious package, but we still haven't made any sense of the contents.
So it is real. You didn't become cursed or anything like that, did ya? Are you both still okay? Wait. Are you sure that it's still you controlling your bodies right now?
Alright, buddy.
Paimon's not sure. What do you think, Traveler? Is Paimon still Paimon? Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you two don't seem to have changed at all. But I wouldn't let your guard down just yet. Still, I didn't expect you would actually do it. You'd actually throw away coupons like that just to satisfy your curiosity?
Even if we bought tickets like everybody else, it's not like we could hope to earn any coupons. When it comes to things like this, it's always the organizer who makes the real profits.
Hey, just what are you trying to imply? The Pancration Ring is an honest business, and we really don't make much from selling tickets. We make so little that even the current tournaments can only be held thanks to funding from the producer of Fanta.
Oh, so it's the company that manufactures Fanta?
Okay.
Paimon thought all of this was thanks to the Duke's support.
So we bought tickets for both of them, which means we were basically giving away tickets for free, and then they gave us a drink of fucking 60% sugar liquid fucking Fanta as a gift. Whatever, man. Like,
Let's just say it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. They reached out to us first, hoping to promote Fanta products in the Fortress of Meropide. Anyway, you try and take...
yeah, okay. That is fully explained then. That is a nice little loop.
Keep up.
Hey, what are these papers scattered all over the ground? Are they registration forms or something? Maybe not. Every page has the Fontico symbol on. Okay. But if someone catches us, they could accuse us. Oh, you're right. Guess there's nothing to worry about then. Let Paimon have a look here. Without assistance from the Fontaine Research Institute, development of the new product has been slow, and some researchers on the project have voiced concerns. We have no choice but to let the new product undergo the first phase of promotional trials without a designated name or packaging. We will adjust the direction of future we have decided to only conduct closed, small-scale trials. Sure doesn't seem like anything unusual. The company is just let's put these papers back where we found.
Yeah. And that new product was the one that we got. Yeah, okay. Blindingly obvious what's happening here. Thank you. Thank you for the welfare meal. The secret to staying healthy, don't get sick.
We ended up here without even thinking about it. Want to grab something to eat? Alright, but remember that we bought this time with coupons, so let's make better use of it next time.
I didn't choose to do that, but alright.
Whoa! Isn't this the super lucky meal? Hyman's gonna take her time and savor. What would you like to do this afternoon?
I've got the super lucky meal almost every single time so far. Hoopst! No! Fucking, I don't know, like... I want more
After working
coupons.
here so long, but doing this... Yeah,
Gotta admit, confused how you went from murdering orphans to a business venture in prison.
Hyman still doesn't know what to make of it. Do you have any ideas, Traveler? Really? Well, maybe...
That's because we didn't go from murderous orphans to a business venture in prison. We went from dangerous orphans to dangerous orphans in prison. Like, nothing has changed, just our location.
Okay, so we've investigated 2 of the hidden rules. We'd better pick up the pace with our investigation, otherwise we'll never get anywhere. Yeah, let's skip work for now and put our...
I don't want to do... Alright. I want to make more... more money.
Ah, seeing you at this time must mean you've already saved up a lot of credit coupons. Or at least enough to skip work. Seems you're getting into the swing of things around here.
I hate his voice so much. It continues to remind me of the fucking character, the Smosh character.
Very impressive.
So, now can you tell us about the hidden rules you know?
If that's what you want to know.
Huh?
Leonid and those other pesky broke urchins have all gone to work in the production zone.
We get it! Just tell us already!
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't ever go near them at night. Even if you manage to avoid the guard.
Something even more terrible.
A group of cannibals.
I...
In the Fortress of Meripede?
Every month, they meet a few times in the dead of night. Rumor has it they might be connected to the people that have disappeared here. But what's even scarier is that they have a special proclivity. Since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the fortress forever.
Paimon might already know what you mean by other forms. So that's what's going on here. Oh, Paimon's stomach doesn't feel so good.
You two look pretty skeptical. No matter. Learning the truth
Hi,
behind
Tyler.
dark secrets isn't necessarily I've got things to do too.
Traveler, can we just trust him on this one? Oh, Paimon doesn't want her blood and flesh entombed here for all eternity? Oh, so that's how you see the situation. Huh. You know... when will all the secrets end?
This is so stupid. It's so hard to take this seriously, though.
Vito isn't here.
Just stay.
Okay, you're angry.
What? What are you saying? You shouldn't go around.
Okay, you're angry.
What are you talking about? Listen.
Okay, I didn't even know what it is I was asking them, but alright.
Their attitude sure is suspicious. Like they're trying to avoid us. But if they're being so obvious about acting weirdly, oh, this is all getting way too creepy for Paimon. So you mean we still need to investigate some...
Keep up.
This wasn't part of the deal.
Hello, Fielding.
What do you want? Criminals like you ought to be working right now. Catch my drift.
Alright, buddy.
We just want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever discovered anything odd during your nighttime patrols?
Why are you asking about something like that? Whatever happens at night isn't your concern. All you need to worry about is getting enough sleep.
Right! We've heard it happens a few times every month.
Really? I see. And now that you mention it, I recall my colleagues talking about something like that before. They say that strange things tend to happen at night on pipe cleaning days.
So, what happens at night on pipe?
And they just conduct regular cleaning of the fortress's drainage facilities. There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month. And it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days. You can try to confirm the sounds tonight if you want, and if they're
Oh, okay. Then we'll...
If that's all, then I'll be leaving now. I advise you not to try anything funny, though.
Don't worry, we don't want any time added to our sentences. Oh, he left. So what do you think about the pipe cleaning days he mentioned? Right, both are a possibility. But Fielding did say that tonight is... Paimon knew you would say that. Alright, sounds like we'll be up all night tonight then.
Nah, at the time. Do you want to know what we're in jail for, Blue? Whoops. Well, it's Not certainly not that, I hope. We have 45 days of jail time for stealing the Archon's cake.
Chance for us to investigate. Whatever. Just be sure to wake Paimon if she dozes off. Paimon's worried something might happen if you go alone. Huh? Traveler? Did you fall asleep already?
Yes, we're in jail on purpose. We chose to come here. We're helping someone. We're investigating something. We're trying to find the boy. That boy, in fact.
Traveler, come on, wake up! Oh, it looks like you were just peacefully sleeping to Paimon. Well, what did you see this time? Really? So we're finally starting to figure out what actually happened. But, what? Okay, well, it's about time for us to get moving.
Oh boy, forced stealth. I bet it's forced stealth. Well, maybe not. Is it going to turn forced stealth here when I step? No.
Shh, careful. We'll get in trouble if the guards catch us.
And shout!
Uh-oh, they spotted. Shh, careful. We'll get
Paimon, shut
the
up!
guards catch us.
That was weird. Yeah, okay.
This should be the place.
Interesting.
What? I know you. You were the ones we saw.
You've got guts showing up here. You know who we are, right?
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming here to save you.
What'd you say? Yeah, so what if they were? If you push us, we can make those rumors a reality at any time.
Try me.
What's the point of all those rumors anyway? What exactly are you trying to do?
I don't have to tell you anything. If you turn around, go back to the dormitories, and act like you never saw anything, then I'll pretend that you never showed up here.
Yeah, scram. Nothing worth seeing here. Huh? What did you say?
Isn't that exactly what Boss said when he left?
Hey, do you know our boss? Oh, we had no idea our boss was such a big deal. He always kept his identity a secret. So, did he have you come here to find us?
Oh, so your child's crew here? Seems like he had no problem fitting in.
We're the only ones who heard him say those words when he left that night. So unless he somehow told you those exact same words after that... All right. I guess that's proof enough for me.
That's a shame. I wanted to beat the shit out of these guys.
Wow, those dreams of yours sure come in handy.
We gave him the business for a while and would always give him a hard time when he first came to the fortress of Maripede. But here in the fortress, the strong will always earn respect. He was working the longest hours and racking up wins in the Pancration Ring. You could always see how amazing he was, even when he was teaching us a lesson. So eventually, we all decided to follow him.
Ah, can't say!
But one day, he suddenly told us that he had to find a way to escape this place, no matter the cost. He said it was because he heard that call again. And as his crew, if the boss wants something, then it's our job to get it done. So, we got to work and used the hidden rules that were here to make up and spread the rumor about the cannibal rule. We just wanted to give him a better chance of escaping on a night after the pipes had been cleaned.
Oh, thanks to your rumor, nobody would want to come anywhere near here, prisoner or guard. Wow, it sure is easy to exploit people's fear of the unknown. But
Yup.
has a child already escaped? Why are you all still coming here after pipe cleaning day?
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It should be a dead end. It leads to an abandoned factory area, and even if there were a way to escape from there into the sea, we're still way too deep. No one could ever reach the surface alive. But Boss still insisted on going in. It's like he was obsessed about it.
Are we
We
in?
told him that we'd pretend as if he never existed while he was gone.
Aren't we in Fontanian waters though, where you can't drown? Isn't that like supposed to be the Archon's blessing of the water?
And that if he wanted to come back, he should wait for nighttime on a pipe cleaning day. That way, we could meet him here and help cover the whole thing up.
So you come and wait here through the night a few times a month just because of that promise?
Yeah, but it's been so long now. We already know in our hearts that he must have managed to escape somehow.
Is it also possible that something unfortunate happened to him?
Maybe because you're around the prison. No, the prison. Like, you can swim up to the outside of the prison. Like, that's just a thing you can do in the game.
Nothing could ever defeat Boss or slow him down. It's one thing we know for sure.
Okay. Paimon was just brainstorming possibilities.
All right. Keep quiet and follow us.
La 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 la. All right. Cool. I got to walk down 10 feet.
The way up from here has been sealed off. It's impossible to get through. Boss left by going down from here. It wasn't full of water at the time. Later, we came back hoping to have a look. That's when we found out it had been completely flooded. It's impossible to navigate unless you're an extremely skilled diver.
Do you think Child got trapped by the water?
Not likely. We all know that Boss was an incredible swimmer.
Really? Then have him come investigate, pronto. Just be sure to tell us if you get any news about Boss.
It's getting late. We should leave before the guards come this way.
Yeah, we learned a lot about what happened to Child here. Let's get going.
What? No, we can whatever.
We finally learned some key information. Seems all of our When you said you knew a diver, you were talking about Fremonate. Why is Child like this? What was he doing going into the... Fortunately, though, it seems like it's only now that we can finally relax. I'm starting to feel...
I'm fucking sorry. Was that 4 Master Balls?
Morning already? Oh, Paimon still needs more sleep.
Was that 4 Master Balls? No way! I don't believe that that could possibly have happened. There is a 1 in 32 chance of one of the Pokeballs being replaced by a Master Ball. I need to do it again just in case something is just straight up broken. Okay, something's broken. Never mind. That's a lot more reasonable. What do they want?
Huh? Wait, look over there! Isn't that... It's one of Linny's cards! Let Paimon see what's written. Maybe you haven't heard, but today is the monthly free day. Everyone has the day off today, which makes... It's been a while since we last talked. Have you been making any progress lately? Let's meet at our usual spot in the factory area before... Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day off. From the sound of it, Linny's been making progress with his... We still have some time before we...
Okay.
There's a group of people over there. Let's go listen in.
Why does my auto keep getting turned off? Stop it.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
To hear your funny joke.
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about...
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Fine. You're lucky we don't mind.
You hear that, Quisto? What nice!
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right?
You got a dip. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Just so happens that I know
Bitch.
Really? Are we that famous?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and we blow minds on the regular.
Oh, I'm sure you do, buddy.
So, you two really like to gossip? Whew, you sure know how to embellish.
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that? Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know? You should prove you're worthy of it.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice and say something to massages the welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was...
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month and a half now.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
You are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically dogs to them. You've already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks, even better treatment in the infirmary.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often? If you ask me, he's just faking it to get out of work.
Oh boy, we have an ableist on our hands.
But did you know that Churia was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here? There's no denying that.
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the Fortress of Meripede, you're just another inmate like everybody else. Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right? Guess that's just how terrible of a guy he is.
You mean he hit a woman? Wow, I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary.
Wait a second. You know,
do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? But it's really hard to imagine.
After all, I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Juria to a pulp that one time. And we might be overthinking things.
My god, that was annoying to sit through.
Look, there are some people talking over there. Let's listen in on the conversation.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half a hoot about a bunch of dogs like us?
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better. Once a criminal, always a criminal. We're marked for life.
I don't buy that.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
I really hope he's saying that because he's heard the prophecy. Because, like, if that's cool, then yeah, okay, he's just being a bit of, like, a nihilistic doom, like, naysayer. Or not naysayer, like, he's just being a little bit nihilistic, right? But, like, if he's just, like, how cool would it be if I personally thought of this thing to happen, completely unrelated to the fact that there's already a prophecy that states it happened? Like, that would be so fucking stupid.
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your sewer hole with
Ow!
that. Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Not bad if you ask me. Who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they'd want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone as useless as you is so confident.
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about... Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. That's true.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hey, you over there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
I'm sorry, are you fucking serious?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up everywhere.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, care to join me for a game? Alright. No pressure.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this? Don't people usually come here to fight?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? It's all the same in my eyes.
Yeah, but not anyone
Lots of
else's.
card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came over to say hi.
No, you called us over to whatever.
Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right? Maybe you could start by telling us newcomers some stories about this place.
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right, then. Did you have anything specific in mind? Or do you want me to just pick a topic?
Why don't you pick? We'll let you know if we've heard it already.
All right. Have you heard any strange rumors since you've arrived?
Yeah.
Then, did you know that there are some people who are always gossiping over in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you've already met those two. They're quite a pair. They always keep an eye out for the latest happenings and gossip about everything. I've never seen anyone with more time on their hands. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before they were sent down here. You know how bartenders are, always chatting with customers. And chefs love to pass the time just hanging out when they're not cooking.
Good to know. Do you have anything else to tell us?
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more tantalizing. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Okay.
Wait, are you serious?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become the warden, though? To go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect that.
That is kind of wild, yeah. So it's even possible.
A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone just made up. I've never heard of that. Where did you hear about it?
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it. Do you have anything else you can tell us?
Anything else? Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time. You'll have to play a game of Genius Invocation with me first, though.
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Alright, give me a sec. Sorry. Oh. Okay. All right. Ba da da. Ba da 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 da. Bum 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 ba 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 da doo. Music is really interesting.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found something?
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a boatload of information.
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have my full and undivided attention.
All right.
Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out.
Master
He
Child.
is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after it.
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would be up to the task.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair for us to fulfill our end of the bargain. Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all...
Collecting information has always been our strong point.
Now, let me think. To find out more information, and if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now.
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get...
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the backs of our hands. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it, too. Oh, and there's just one last thing. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission.
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able to pull it off. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs.
You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to discover. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first. No, when it comes to intelligence gathering, I'd never consider you to be an amateur. Didn't you say I'll believe anything as long as it comes from you? So, please prove your prowess to me once again.
That might not be a good idea, Liney. Oh my god, Liney.
Alright, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now then. Don't forget, we meet here.
We're gonna run into Risley now, aren't we?
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Oh.
It's not impossible.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here, so...
Alright.
Someone, please help! She's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground. Paimon doesn't know what to do! Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion? Could it let me take a look? Please, lie down over here. Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
Oh, I love her. So small and innocent.
You can do it, traveler. Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that she's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way. Eh? Oh, that... I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Just... And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there should... What about here? Oh. And I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomach. So that's what it is. Thank goodness it's not anything more serious. And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Woolsey, of this problem as soon as possible.
Recently, as in the past month, when the fucking apparent old chef was cooking. Yeah, okay.
Congratulations. The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
And she hopped away, just like that.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Her stomach aches really bad. She was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know? Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sijuin take care of the sick and injured.
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct. Sorry,
Are you two also?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her...
Yeah, see, I fucking knew it that bitch was being ableist. Man, I can't believe he's going in all the time. He must be faking it. Fuck you.
You could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
Money.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least. Hey! There's no need to fight! Everyone will be released someday, so there's no...
But...
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later, everyone.
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me? Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is? But there's no need to keep dwelling on him. I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Sijuin should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her medicine. No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sijuin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest. Miss Lorvine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking?
I remember...
Yellow, huh? I understand.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double... Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead. So her primary symptoms are abdominal pain, with secondary symptoms of nausea. That's it. Alright then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the med? No, her base constitution is quite good. So I'm sure she'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods. Got it. Paimon will hold the Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest.
Blech. Stop it.
We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit under the weather now, but she's actually super strong. So you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry, she'll recover soon. Ah, you're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never... Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember... Thank you, Miss Sijuin!
Alright, well. We're even like allowed to walk up to it. I love it, but we're just not allowed to go there. So there's a hatch there, and it may lead to some quote-unquote forbidden zone. And the fact that those two have to go there regularly isn't really related to anything. They are just people with chronic illnesses.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death! No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Tyron, don't take my grilled fish, and put down the Adeptus Temptation now! Paimon talked with Sijuin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going...
Anyway, I'll be right back. Hear me out.
You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
Surely we want to actually explore what's in the middle hatch before we talk to Lenny about it. Or not, I guess. That's not a disguise, what? That's just her outfit.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with Vinny.
That's just her... Whatever. Her disguise in where she looks exactly like herself.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
What is Liney's obsession with that particular machine? Auto.
Hmm? Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Perhaps that's true. You're both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way. Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to... Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother...
Okay, then...
Alright.
Lynette should be here right now.
In secret. Sprint hopping.
Strange. strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sijwin isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Trying to eat!
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sijwin would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melazine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Yeah. What do you want about Paimon?
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication. Which means, either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Uh-oh. Liney's getting angry!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Who are you trying to tell that to, Liney?
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, "Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards."
This is...
Is that all? The back. This is...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Oh no.
No. Could she have... Is she already...
Writhely. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Writhely, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Writhely. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means...
Yeah?
The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds, could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Calm down!
Not like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
Calm down, Lenny!
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Oh my god, buddy.
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Oh, you little devious
I feel like we
bitch.
still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it will require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Hmm.
Someone! Please help! She's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
Okay.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Yeah, of course I can't go back in and find her.
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's.
Keep up.
Interesting.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not? What do you really want?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may—
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made it.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I, you need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you...
Winnie!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
He kinda is right.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny...
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still had... Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correct. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But the Fonta promoter has been struggling because we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial. The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. We often see Miss Sijuin observing... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place... The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently.
So that's what's going on. Paimon, the hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row.
Paimon has the fucking...
Get strange meat in their... At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, she often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find it. Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her... All right, now for my next... There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration ring.
Alright.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting in... We often see Miss Sijuin observe... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it.
Who sent
I'm
it?
told that the infirmary is always empty for the... Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. We often see Miss Sijuin observe... The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value...
Maybe this?
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company...
It's probably the other way around.
We often see Miss Sijuin... I've been told that the infirmary is all... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored... The Fanta promoter has been struck...
Yeah.
Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration ring is about how, people get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to... But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named impact, a blood-red drink. It's no... The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try... They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother. And so, only those who proved their stupidity...
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your... You'll pay for this!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sijuin. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sijuin? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually...
Sijuin... You...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to... But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sijuin, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. What are you talking about? What?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sijuin, I leave Miss Lynette in your...
I believe I hear footsteps.
I bet it's Lynette and Fremine.
Some space, please.
Oh no, it's you!
Miss Clarand. My door.
Fremine... Fremine...
What's going on? What is Clarand doing here?
Work.
Oh.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linny. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
Like exactly like he normally looks like.
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial...
What did you...
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clarand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
The bitch did what? Why isn't he just water? I don't get it. Why isn't he just a puddle? Or are they not? I thought they were Fontanian.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after—
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now.
After I tranquilized her!
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Lenny again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to...
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to...
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Oh, your wonderful, amazing hair. Clorind.
Lenny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look all right.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fremine?
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Oh boy.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us? The Duke and Clorind are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clorind will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Yeah. Man, a lot of stuff is just happening. Ba 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 bum bum. Ba da ba bow bow bow.
He's awake.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Uh-huh.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
Role-playing? I'm sorry? That's cool as shit! Final Fantasy XIV called, though. They would like their mechanic back. Ooh, C3 for free.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
I'm really glad they've stuck Doors of Resurrection down here in the abandoned pipes.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Yeah, I didn't... Alright, the game decided to... I was just getting there, buddy.
This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water.
vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. There are traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going... No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse.
Yeah.
I have to push on.
All right.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
I fucking love the way the pillars fall.
Miss Clorand, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet. You can go after you've had some more rest. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clorand will stay here as a guest for another few
Yes, I know.
So there's no need to hurry.
Guess.
There, Tyler.
Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with...
No. Please go on without me.
Lemmy.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to...
Understood. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The traveler...
Thank you.
So we're going back to his office, right? Yep.
Excuse me.
All right.
I take it Mr. Fremonet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
All right, bitch. We want answers.
Might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sigewinne?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clorand. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, Want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
You are such a cock.
But where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own.
Good on him.
Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would...
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremen, the Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matter.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a...
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask...
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help.
And saving Fremine with...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found them. That's not something you should be asking after. Neverlet only asked you to invest. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions.
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yes!
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Tell us.
The truth may not be pleasant.
Yes.
Follow me.
Unsurprising.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
It's an elevator. It's an elevator? It is an elevator.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything. What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little...
Well, Paimon was...
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Valid, honestly. Can I not, like, target myself? Like, where am I? I guess there's no, like, specific map here, yeah. Oh yeah, because I am Lumine as well, I just realized.
Huh. switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one.
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Neither. The amount of primordial water.
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the... Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of
The concentration of primordial?
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
I'll take that as a note.
Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird. Why would the fortress...
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took... And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a... As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontanian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Yikers.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third. Let's go somewhere else.
Wild. But also unsurprising.
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have—
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh? Lorvine and Jur—
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to—
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining.
I haven't heard of Edwin.
Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the—
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
Was that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
Hey, bug.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Hold on. The fucking spider too! Fuck you! Will you fucking die already? Ah! Hate that!
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves.
I'm going crazy. He's calling that Lemuria, like L, but it's written Am I going crazy?
He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Seems like you're good.
Interesting.
I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw.
yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Interesting.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups.
Must have been Risley and Sijuin.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself, firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long...
Ooh, he's good.
That's Arlini.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of the Northlands land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but...
You're super...
Thanks so much. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that... that can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might...
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly...
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said...
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. The 2 of you have already aided us far too much. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, After all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going...
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will try our best to protect you.
Aww, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe and... Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Surely, like... Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, surely we're gonna leave now, but no, we still don't know what happened to fucking Child! If he swam out... Well, he left before there was water, right?
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well.
Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Siegewin?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Huh. You're right.
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Me too! Don't forget Paimon!
No problem.
So delicious. Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second, we did do plenty of work after all.
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
Delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the
Siegewin, do you do this to help your patient?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm
Oh,
very
God.
different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
The S sounds. Oh, okay, hold on. Phone.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Hello. Yes, it is. I'm alright. I have no way of getting in. Yeah, I don't have a car. I can't drive. Yeah. There might be, but I don't have any like cards or anything for it. I don't know. Oh, hello? You cut out for a second there. Can you say what you just said again? Hello? Hello? It's, I don't know what to do at this point, so... I'm gonna have to just hang up. They'll probably call back. It just completely cut out. It's very strange.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister?
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his sibling?
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was
There we
getting
go.
a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water.
Hello? Yeah, it seems like we cut out. Yeah. I know, right? Like, exactly. Yeah. It's not like far away or out of Armadale. I just don't. They have work tomorrow, so I can't rely on them to bring me in. No, roommate. Yeah. I have no idea. I've never used it. The last time the job... Yeah, the last time the job plan was updated, I was able to do it over call. Yeah, I did that last time. Yeah. No. No. I think it'd be too much for me mentally at the moment. Yeah. I haven't been able to get one here in Armadale. That's been the big... that's been the roadblock for us at the moment. The person who I was working with before. Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't get a job with that experience. I don't think about that, honestly. No, because I've been, like, it's been years and I don't, like, I'm not going to come up with that answer tomorrow when I haven't for years. Like, yeah, I don't... Right now what I want is to fix the problems I'm dealing with. Unless you have a bulk billing GP in Armadale that everyone else I've talked to has been keeping hidden from me, unlikely. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, because I basically haven't seen a GP since I moved to Armadale. Like 9 or 10 months now. Yeah, it's really bad when you, like, have lots of mental health issues that you're dealing with and also physical health issues that you're dealing with. It's really bad. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Bye. Maybe fucking call tomorrow because that's when I have the appointment tomorrow, not today, but whatever.
Thankfully, Galorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His grace also sealed the pipes after Galorand left, to make sure that Linne wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Galorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linne as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be...
You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
What?
Get a good night's rest, you two.
He'd like it here with all those things that are... Okay.
It's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sijwin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremen.
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sijwin and the Duke? Won't you get bored?
Miss Sijwin was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah,
First time in a long time. So you mean you've...
in the past. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here. Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
Ooh. Messy at the fortress.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah. Alright, well.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
Out of my way! Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Uh-oh.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants... What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people?
They're here! There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed. Yet you only find out once you do a head count that...
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? What?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, up.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Oh, wait, what? What? Hey, where...
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Oh. No, I skipped the line! Fucking hell. What? Alright. Okay, thank you for repeating the line. Yep, the stairs are open. Upwards and outwards.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Risley!
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Against water.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Well, I don't think the Electro is gonna... Oh, right, whatever.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Oh my god, everything is just fucking happening!
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
We just like run past Neuvillette, like, tag you in, bitch! You can do shit in the fortress, I'll do shit with Farina. Let's just swap positions. What? Whoops. Oh, hold on. There's gonna be a chest here for this now. Hold on, I'll get there in a second, Farina. I just gotta explode all these fires, you know? This is really important. Nothing? No chest for that. Lame. SM fucking H game. Ba ba do boo do do do. There's fatous. For ones, fatous.
People over there.
Beauty.
The traveler in Paimon. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be...
Oh, look at those little melazine paws. Paws? They're slime people, right? Like slugs? Paws? Feelers? Tendrils? Tentacles? Nope. Bad. Bad dragon.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
Okay.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
I can't wait until we can play as her. She is so cool.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a...
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you.
Oh my goodness.
Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Oh, honey.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have... Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss
I don't quite understand.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Oh.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Yeah, Hydro and Cryo would be much better.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Alright. Okay.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for...
Indeed. but only for now.
Ah, the way his voice in the mic
this
on
man.
the
You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the...
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be...
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the...
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld.
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Harbinger. I suppose that is how it's pronounced, and not Harbinger. Like I was saying for the fucking Ratchet and Clank gun. The Harbinger.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures!
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me.
This is the first time that she's opened her mouth and I've gone, that's an Archon. Ever since she's been on screen, this is the first time I've been like, okay, that's an Archon.
Fontaine will be saved. Even if I
And
still
now it's
cannot
gone.
see the true future right now. As long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
The uncertainty.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Yep, it's all gone.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then
Oh my
allow me
god,
to
lady.
jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina.
Feel for that big boat. What if Nouvelette really is the actual Hydro Archon? And Farina's just like a figurehead, a fake one.
I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium.
The way she pronounced extremely there was weird. An extremely.
But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon?
Yeah, I kind of want to know. I'm kind of on the knave's side at this point. Like,
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvelette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer. Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great. If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table, and I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Paimon's coming too!
yes, my mom. Is it? Okay. Huh. The dead silences were going up here. Very unnerving. I feel like the pressure has built to a crescendo, and something is about to happen. Something's about to pop.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Okay.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
She's like fake.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us I will be meeting someone short.
Do you require help with any
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
You know, maybe that's why I'm seeing it and describing it as like fake. It's a celebrity thing, right?
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you.
Okay.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Furina.
Was just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver plate. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydro In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
She doesn't seem like a god under a curse. I don't know about the curse part. Maybe that's what it is as well. Maybe I'm like putting too much stock in it, and it's not that she's like actually full on fake. It's maybe that she's been weakened by something. But I feel like I called it. I feel like I'm calling it.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do?
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true...
Holy shit!
Perhaps Udex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
I
have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, The contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Writhsley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Udex Nuvi. Oh, and I have an...
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group...
Holy fucking shit, I'm a genius.
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden it. It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even... I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Udex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now... that doesn't seem right to me either.
No, I wouldn't think they dropped that answer in that way, but still.
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Udex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Oh, I love her.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real You can't tell us? Then...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
The Neuvillette.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Neuvillette!
My...
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? you're not actually the...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Please, go.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you were able to... Then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater...
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit? We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Yeah, I kind of love Novelet. And you know what? It's kind of hilarious that the character I accidentally fall in love with playing as happens to be Dragon. It's like I can't even help but accidentally collect the dragons in things. I just like dragons. And like even when I don't know that they're a dragon, it's just that I unconsciously collect them. Just yoink, dragon, you're mine now. Dragon D's. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna fall for it. Like, ooh, dark. Huh?
Keep up.
Courier, Miss Sijween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh?
Courier, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Not at all. Sijween!
Sijween! Traveler, Paimon, we're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt? We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being.
Hell yeah.
Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element.
When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright.
It wasn't without a word.
If you're not too pressed for time,
Alright.
please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. You're happy.
Oh, Siegeween.
Keep up. Keep up.
Need an up elevator.
Keep up.
Or maybe not. Okay, I'm a dumbass. Bombshell Bros!
You guys are back?
Hell yeah, we are.
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
Ah, and here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
Yeah, at least I'm not an ableist cock.
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last...
Hey, playable characters.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
Oh my god, love
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, look who it is.
That's a suit of cards?
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from an A.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorant in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a
few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic.
Might as well sign you up to be a Fatui now.
You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Linny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
This is...
Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
This is a prison. Right? Like, this is a... I mean, sort of. I know sort of. Quote unquote. But still. Hey, bitch.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Clorande has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorande received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long...
You may access the cafeteria for free. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Okay. There's something kind of funny about that. You may leave, but you could also stay in prison. You get to pick. Good luck. Then again, something housing crisis, something free bed and food, right?
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves.
That's just the way we are, Paimon.
Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, it's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. We should be safe now, right? Alright then, good night to you, Traveler.
Good night to you, Paimon. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna call that here because I'm quite tired and want a nap before raids tonight. Basically calling that the moment the quest is over, but that's all right. Bye bye.